Hello everybody and welcome back to Operation Logistics, where we've got a small issue on our hands here. We're trying to figure out what exactly is going on with this tile right here. It's on road 0, as is this tile. However, it's supposed to be connecting up here to this intersection. So there's supposed to be a corner here. Now, the reason this is happening, I think, is the X position here is not equal, at least over here. And as far as I know, there's no way to actually see the global position of this, which is a bit unfortunate. I would like to see the world transform position here. Can we, in any way, switch this transform here to be world position? Not that I know of. Yeah, as far as I can tell, that is not a thing, which is a wee bit unfortunate. I would very much like to see the world position here. So as you can see, this is increasing our X and Y position, but I'm reasonably certain this is local position. So, with that being the case, it should definitely have generated a corner, is my understanding based on this code. Because here, the X positions are not equivalent. And then it would have said, okay, so the X positions are not equivalent, so we'll go over here, and we will check to see if we are, if the previous position is not equal to our X, and the next position is not equal to our X, and the previous position and the next position are not equal to each other. So realistically, the previous position, I have no idea if this is previous or next, but it doesn't matter. The X position here, which of course is along this axis, of this position should be equivalent. So that should return false, and then it should go, okay, so if that's false, then we go ahead and go where? Oh, I'm figuring something out here. I think I have an issue with my brackets here. Because this is a straight road for sure if we're there. Because I think we need a closing bracket here. Like so. And then we have one too many brackets here. I'm reasonably certain that's the problem. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So let's go ahead and regenerate this. It's not going to be exactly the same because it's all RNG, but let's go ahead and generate this on up. And let's see here. Well, now it's not generating any corners at all. So let's try to figure out why that's happening. So we are in our if it's a road, and then we come down here and we determine, well, we've already determined if it's an entry or not, and then we determine if it's a road, and this goes down to here, so that's perfect. And then we do all of our initial setup stuff, and then we check to see if it's a straight piece. So if it's a straight piece this way, or if it's a straight piece this way, then we determine that and set up our straight pieces. Otherwise, we set it to be this. It's definitely a corner. And we know that this is a sharp corner here. And then we need to check for coming from top to bottom as a sharp corner. And then otherwise, we do this as a bit of a placeholder. So why is it not actually spawning the corners, is the question I have. This is... okay, I have a theory here. Else if previous position.x is not equal to and next position is not equal to, and they're not equal to each other. If any one of these are false, it goes into this. But if all of these are true, then it goes into here. So the question then becomes, if previous position.x is not equal to... Okay, so if it's not up top or below, and next position, if that's not up top or below either, if it's not in a straight up and down line, and they're not equal to each other. So there's only two possibilities there. It has to be straight if those are true, right? Because we're already checking to see if it's top and bottom. And then here we check to see if it's side to side. And if it is side to side... Oh, hang on a moment. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. We check to see if the position here is correct. And that's fine. And then we say if previous position.z, so if they're opposing each other, that is to say, okay, let me just show this here. And I'll show it in the subhexes because it's a little bit easier. So if we're here, say, and we're here and here, we know it's a straight line, and that's working fine, theoretically. But if it's here and here, it doesn't know what to do. We know that that's not a sharp corner. So, I think we need to do an else here, and say, and actually we can just copy and paste this whole else statement here. And then we can do something along the lines of, we need to know what type of corner it is. Well, we need to know if it's going this way or if it's going this way. So we need to check to see if the y positions, if previous position dot y, or rather dot z, what am I doing, is less than subhexes i.transform.position.z. Okay, we can assume they're in the same position because we already checked to see if they're both opposites of each other. So we can assume they're in the same position. If it's less than, we're going this way, so we need to be going downward. Let's go ahead and get a corner in here so that we can actually see. Okay, it's actually going the correct direction as it is right now. So rot equals vector3.0. And then we can just do an else rot equals vector3 dot 0. Actually, we're going to do a new vector3, and it's going to be 0, 180, 0. Okay, that should be road corners, at least road corners that are coming from, come on, from this way to this way, or this way to this way. It doesn't count this way, this way, this way, this way, or this way, this way, or this way, this way. So we're going to need to do those. But for right now, that should get us some corners. I don't like the shadowing here. Hang on, let me go here. There we go. Okay, so now we do indeed have corners, and you can see they're actually rotated correctly most of the time. But we don't have corners from top down, or any sort of corners entering from the top we do not account for right now. Also, our roads, I'm noticing, are not necessarily rotated correctly. Because, for example, let me not be in subhexes. For example, here, if we look at this, this is road 0, this is road 0, and this is road 0. So this one should clearly be horizontally rotated, and it is currently rotated 0, 0, 0. So it should be falling in right here, because the x positions are all equal to each other. It should be at 60f. Right? Why isn't it? Those are all else ifs. And that's an else. And then we spawn the road at our rotation, right? So why are we not actually spawning it at this angle, 60 degrees? Because if we move this and we say it's at 60 degrees, that's correct. So why is it not actually doing that? That's the question. So it was spawning at vector 3.0. Which makes me think that for some reason it was falling into this else? I don't know, that shouldn't be the case. That should take it directly down. Because, okay, we go into this if, else, but neither of those should be true, so it should fall out of there, and then that doesn't happen, and so it should just spawn the road at Quatonian.Euler rot immediately after doing the new vector 3, 0, 60, 0. Okay. So why isn't it? That's the question. Also, as a quick aside, is it just me or should there be an intersection here maybe? Maybe not. Actually, hang on a moment. This is at road 0, road 0, road 0, road 0, road 0. Okay, so road 0 goes like this, and then road 1 kind of meanders down this way. Okay. And then this road comes up and joins up like that. Yeah, oh my. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Okay, so yeah, the question then is, why is this not rotated? Why is this not a corner? Well, that's because we don't actually have support for coming in from the top or bottom for corners quite yet. We're working on that. But we're getting there. Also, I'm noticing we still haven't seen... Oh my. We still haven't seen a single sharp corner. Which, this one here should be a sharp corner. Because it's here and here, yeah? So, this should be a sharp corner. And then this one should be a corner, but it wouldn't read that as a corner just yet. So with this being not a sharp corner, the question then becomes, why are sharp corners not working? So I guess one of these two is triggering true in this situation. So let's try to figure out which one, shall we? Let's see. Oh, come on. No. Close the toolbox, please. Okay, so if previous position... close the Solution Explorer in the properties, please. Thank you. So if previous position, which is here, .x equals transform.position.x, it does not. Okay, so it goes on down to here. If previous position.x equals subhexes i.transform.position.x, it does not, objectively. So it should fall down to here. However, it should say this is not true, then this is not true, and then it falls down to here. And say, are these true? And it should be, and it should go to sharp. And it should rotate correctly as well. But instead it produced a straight road. Which makes me think... there's clearly something wrong here. Let's see. Previous position is not equal to our position, so it falls down. This is true. This is true. This should be false. Previous position.x does equal next position.x, because they're both here and at the same x value. So then it should fall down here. Rather, all the way down here. This is definitely a sharp corner. So then it should say road equals road corner sharp. But it clearly is not. So this else connects to this else if, connects to this if. Okay. Just trying to figure out why exactly this wouldn't spawn a sharp corner. There must be something here that I've done incorrectly. But what would it be? If previous position.x equals subhexes i.transform.position.x, and next position.x equals subhexes i.transform.position.x. Neither of those are true. So it should return false entirely. Else if previous position.x, which would be here, ish, is not equal to here, that is true. And next position is here. It's not equal to x, that is true. And previous position is not equal as well. That should return false. They are equal. Right? Do I have this wrong? Like, let's see here. This is road 0. Come on. There we go. This is road 0. This is road 0. This is not a road. Not a road. Road 1. Road 1. So yeah, there's only the two options. It can go this way or it can go this way. Either way, it should produce a sharp corner. Because it's checking here. These two are the next ones, so it produces a sharp corner, right? Road corner sharp. Do I have the road corner sharp assigned correctly? I'm pretty sure I do. Subhexes. Let's see. Road generation. Building prefabs. Road corner sharp. Building road corner sharp. And that is correct. So it should have put this in here, right like this, and then rotated it, but it did not. So I do have to wonder what is happening there. Like, we're really close to having this working. Exceptionally close. I'm actually surprised that this returned a corner. Okay, that's on road 2. That's on road 2. That's on road 2. This shouldn't have returned a corner, right? I feel like it shouldn't have. Well, this is returning some unexpected things. For sure. And I'm trying to figure out why exactly this one happened. That's the big one to me right now. Everything else we can try to figure out, but if previous position.x equals next position.x. I mean, it's not going to because we're in the local positions here, but in the world positions, it should. Like here, this is absolutely correct. I'm also noticing that the corners are substantially lighter. Did I forget to set a material? Okay, let's go ahead and stop that there, and let's put in a corner here. Yeah. I want to be able to see it. There we go. Let's go ahead and lift this up a ways. Okay. So let's go to our building materials and set this to be road. Yeah, that was the problem. Corner didn't have the road material on. So let's go ahead and apply that. I was also noticing that the intersections had some issues with that as well. So let's go ahead and go into here and pull out the intersections. There we go. And then we'll give them the road materials. Excellent. Apply. And apply. And I mean, they don't need to be at those positions by default. There we go. 0, 0, 0, and 0, 0, 0. Okay, now our materials should match a little bit better at least. So there's some progress. Yeah, our materials definitely match better. So see here, for example, okay, I'm going to go ahead and, we want to be in sub-hexes. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and check this here. So this is an edge. We expect edges to not be set correctly quite yet. This one here is a corner, but this should actually be a sharp corner. However, that's acceptable because we are not actually doing vertical corners quite yet. So then this here is road 1, and that corner is absolutely correct. This straight here is road 1, and that is actually correct as well because we're not doing a corner here because it's vertical. This is correct as well because we're not doing a corner here. Both are rotated correctly. And then road 1, and then it goes into this intersection here. And then it gets a little bit messy from there. So where is road 1 coming out? Road 0 and road 2. Road 0, 1, and 2. So road 1 then comes out this direction. And I'm assuming this is probably road 1 here. Yes, it is. And this corner is correct. This corner is correct. This corner is correct. And this is expected as well, because this is the actual entry point. We would expect this to be a corner once we have it finished. Okay, so there, come on, let me actually pan this way a little bit. There we go. Okay, so this here, we expect this because this corner is vertical. We expect this because this is vertical as well. This corner is correct. This, however, should absolutely be a sharp corner. But it's vertical, so we aren't actually concerned about that. I think overall this is working reasonably well. I think we now just need to go ahead and run some checks for vertical. And I'm going to go ahead and also say we need to know when these are placeholder and when they're not. So in these sub-hexes, I'm going to go ahead and add in a new building prefab here. And this is going to be public game object road placeholder. There we go. And I'm going to make a new prefab here as soon as it compiles. There we go. And we're going to take the road, well, really just the road prefab. And I'm going to do a new material here, create material. And this is going to be placeholder. And this is going to be not even standard. This is going to be an unlit color. And it's just going to be magenta. So, lots of red, like over here. Lots of red, lots of blue. Not even that much blue. Yeah, right around. Actually, that's perfect right there. Just a magenta placeholder color. And then we will, come on. There we go. We will assign, nope. Let me get out of isometric view here. Okay, we will assign this placeholder, and I'm going to make this be a new prefab. And I'm going to call this building road placeholder. And we're going to stick that on in here. There we go. And now I'm going to set our default road here as soon as I locate where exactly we are here. Where do we set that? Road equals road prefab. Road now equals road placeholder. So now theoretically, we should know when things are placeholders and just fall through, which will be greatly helpful. None of those are actually placeholders. None of those are either. And now we're suddenly not generating roads again. On certain hexes, actually. That's a little weird. It's a little weird indeed. Are some of these set to not spawn roads, I wonder? Oh, now they're generating roads. Okay, that's weird. Oh, we've got a small bug going on there, looks like. Yeah, some of these... Oh, hang on a moment. Yeah, that's weird. It's just not generating roads sometimes. Okay, so we're not actually seeing any of the placeholders, which I'm finding a little bit concerning. Let's see here. Road equals road prefab if we're a road entry. Otherwise, where are we setting this at? Okay, let's do road equals. And let's just go through the document, find each instance. So we know that these are straight roads, blah, blah, blah. Road corner sharp, road intersection. And that's just road equals road placeholder. Yeah. Okay, so where are we actually setting our placeholder here? Maybe if we do something along the lines of this. And then ditch this here. Okay. Rather than just having an else there, we'll do an else if. Maybe now we'll see placeholders? Probably not, because we weren't seeing sharp corners anyway. Okay, well, it is time to put another cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we will keep working on these roads. We'll get them soon. See you all then.